Hello everyone. Now today I want to go deep dive on VLAN within switches. Why they are essentials. VLANs are very essentials to be configured within our networks today. Because the switch itself, when you buy a switch, all the interface within that switch, they are all in VLAN 1. So just one broadcast will go through all these interfaces. That will even slow down your network because all your PCs, all the users, they are all within one broadcast domain. So you need to segment this for good configurations. For example now, let's say you have configured, you have different departments within your organization. You can able to create, let's say the HR, the sales, the IT department. You can able to segment this switch to different departments, assign these pieces within these different departments. All you need, the only thing you need to be aware of, when you segment this switch within with different VLANs, take note, let's say from the IT department or sales department, the pieces you have assigned to the IT department, what will happen? They will not able to communicate with other departments within that particular switch. But if you have a router now, you can able to use a router. The router can be able to do the routing between these departments. So you don't need to be worried about saying, what about how will they intercommunicate? Because like the router now will able to do all the routing. You only need to be aware of the configuration you need to implement. Like let's say for an example, you can able to implement the legacy method wherein if you just created 3 VLANs within a switch, make sure that the router you are using must have at least 3 interfaces interconnected to these 3 different VLANs. Okay, but if you have, let's say, 5 VLANs, but the router only have 3 interfaces, what you need to do, you can implement what we call the router on a stick. Because with the router on a stick now, with just one interface, you can able to create over 10, 20, 50 sub interfaces, wherein every sub interface will now have the default gateway for the pieces within that particular VLAN. Let's say in HR, their default gateway end with .10. So you will create a sub interface within that router and assign .10 within it. So all the pieces within that VLAN, when they want to communicate to the other VLAN, they will use that route to communicate outside through that interface. So you need to be aware of this. As long as you can implement router on a stick, you can able to create, even we have a protocol SVI, switch virtual interfaces. Within the switch itself, let's say you have a layer 3 interface. You can able to create SVIs, switch virtual interfaces, and do assign the default gateway within that particular layer 3 switch. Then it can do the same inter-VLAN routing. So guys, take note of this. Thank you.